Welcome to the upper frequency line. This is a recording of a live connection session with Eva and Therese. Please give yourself time to sit undisturbed during the connection. Sit comfortably with closed eyes or looking softly into the distance. Welcome to 5th of October check-in. The field, the greater field feels quite large.
Yeah.
But a bit mysterious.
It feels like it's up to something.
Yeah.
It's like
a little bit hidden, or I can't really discern what it is.
Like got a card up its sleeve or something, really.
Yeah. It's a bit like going outside in the dark and it's kind of foggy. So it's a little bit, everything is a little bit hidden and hushed. Sorry?
It's a bit spooky.
Yeah. It's
But
almost, like walking along a cemetery and it's all foggy
but I didn't see it as in a negative, in a scary way.
No, but it's a little bit because you can't see clearly.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark and shrouded in something. But there's a sense of humidity, like fog, like tiny water droplets, density kind of thing in the air as well. So not just the shroudedness, but actually the feeling of water. It reminds me of a poem I know. I think it's by Robert Frost. The cat comes. The fog comes on little grey feet. It sits on silent haunches, looking out over the city. I can't remember. The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits silent on grey haunches, looking out over the city, and then moves on. Something like that. Sits on silent haunches.
There is a feel of having to trust every step, even though you can't see where it's going, what's happening.
Yeah. And that's
that's a bit the scariness, even though it's not scary, but the apprehension is because you can't see.
Yeah.
And so it's like being blindfolded and moving forward.
Yep.
So why is it like that? It actually feels like we're moving into a period of that. It's like we're moving into this fog bank, like huge, like it's the whole field is full of this fog bank, but it's a period of time. It's a big fog bank, so it might take us some time to move through it. And so while we are moving through it, we may have to learn to trust our instincts.
We're leaving what we know behind us, and we have to trust in, even though we can't see what's coming. We just have to learn to trust what's ahead of us.
Yeah, but also trust where we walk. Trust our instinct to guide us, and to trust where we put our feet, even though we can't see where we put our feet.
Yeah.
But if we are really tuned inward, that the guidance is there.
Yeah.
It's like a beacon that can show the way.
Yeah.
That can move the feet forward, even though we can see absolutely nothing. And it's actually a bit my heart is actually a bit affected by it, because it's apprehension.
Yeah. It is a bit feels a bit unstable. No, not unstable, but unsure.
Yeah. So that's what we have to work through.
Yeah.
That insecurity, until we can dock in our hearts and solar plexus, where this guidance sits, which is sure. We just have to trust it. Trust that it will guide us true, and not into like a pit or something.
So we're out in the fog on the big ship now, all of us.
Oh, we're on the ship. I'm walking through a field.
So that's where the metaphor was in the past, that we left the shore and then it was burning behind us.
Yeah, it's true. But this feels to me more like I'm on my own. I'm not on the ship with others. So I think this is more, for me, this is more me on my own, as opposed to moving with everyone else, So I have to trust where that my inner guidance knows where to put my feet. And that's the scary part, is that there's going to be like a hole or something, because you can't see where you're putting your feet. So, but if we just sit with that, let's see what happens. My legs are relaxing a bit more.
Do that often at the gym. We're out running on the gravel road in the dark, and there's potholes there, and I really struggle with that, but I do it all the time. trust that I see them at the right time and avoid them.
Okay, so the tension in my face is softening too as I am relaxing into being guided forward without seeing. Just trusting that instinct. Oh, then the fog clears. You feel the fog clearing?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, really glittering. Everything is glistening.
Yeah, like a very cold, frosty morning.
Yeah, or it's the fog that's sort of settled.
Yeah.
Tiny drops on everything. Looks very new, fresh. It's still quite void of other people, like it's just me. And that's maybe part of it too. Being able to be relaxed in being alone, moving through this alone on your own. It's my view has changed as well. I'm now following a path actually. Leads to a river. Also very glistening in the sun, like morning sun. Okay. In the river now, floating down the stream. Trusting the flow.
That feels so good.
Just letting the flow take you. Floating, looking up at the sun, or not looking, but letting the sun shine on my face whilst floating down the river. Head first on my back, so I can't see at all where I'm going. Just trusting that I'm not going to bump into anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the real proper trust in that.
Yeah.
There's so much joy in that. I can feel so much joy in that trust.
But it's also like, I'm not quite there yet. To me, it's scary.
Oh, I'm trusting that. I'm just
tense with that. Relax in that.
I'm really feeling Gaia's support in that, like yeah.
Yeah, but I've hit my head before. I think I'm a bit guarded in terms of bumping into anything with my head, top of my head and neck. Compressing the neck. There we go, now it's getting better. The heart pericardium is actually softening, widening in terms of that. I feel like a starfish spread out, floating down the river. And through rapids and things, or almost rapids and rocks and stuff, but just floating, trusting that it will take me, around the rocks. Landing further downstream. And getting out of the water. Into a field. A meadow. Where there are lots of other people. Looks like a maypole celebration, midsummer celebration in Sweden, actually. People dancing around. It's our community.
That really opened my heart.
Yeah, tears are rolling down my cheeks. It's really coming home to the community.
Yeah.
Just the feeling of community with other people. But I can see in everyone, I can see that they have trust their guidance too. I can, like, that same beacon or GPS is radiating from there. It's actually not the heart. It's like at the bottom of the heart somewhere. It's like something between the heart and the solar plexus. Bottom of the heart, maybe. The knowing, which is the bottom of the heart. If we can tell anything about the line, is there a line? No line? Are we still in this space on the other side of the line? On the other side of the veil? Yeah, we're still in this space. No line. And the pericardium shield? Strong.
Very.
Very strong. And thick. But alive. So it's still very much like a living thing.
feels so good.
Yeah, it does. It's a really good buffer. Yeah. I still have the sense that this fog field, or not being able to see where we're going, that effect is still there. Like, even though in this sort of little journey, the fog lifted, but I can actually feel that the kind of opaqueness, I guess, in the field, that it's still there.
Yeah.
And so this little journey of just learning to trust and follow the inner guidance is like an exercise to be able to move through that fog field that might be going on for a while.
How long is it? A while?
Maybe 10 days.
They say that it's meant to be 10 days of I saw that somewhere. Let me find that. 10 days of they think that it's going to be 10 days of no internet.
Yeah, 10 days of darkness.
Yeah.
That's true. Or maybe it's just 10 days without Facebook. Except that Facebook it came back.
But it's meant to be 10 days of darkness, isn't it?
I don't know if it's that, but yeah, it feels like 10 days of being shrouded, at least. And that will be an interesting journey. Move through, see what we can learn and change going through that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.